Hello, my name is Elvis.
I am Charles Ng'ang'a and I'm from Eldoret.
And I'm Wilfred Chango Kimwala. Yes, I'm the first in my family to go to university.
I'm Jane Wanzila Mukeku. I'm a pharmaceutical technologist.
Right now I'd compare my life to the friends I used to, the friends that I had before I joined the choir. And I'd tell you most of them right now ended up dropping out of school, probably because of no school fees, or some of them got into drugs, and some of them are in jail, some of them not with us anymore, and some of them are married with kids but barely surviving. And I believe when you look at the patterns and everything, what would have made it different for me? I'd probably be anywhere amongst them.
The choir is amazing because they give these kids that don't have an opportunity the opportunity to really change the world. And they go all the way through the education, but then for some of them, they need to create a job. There's not a job sitting there waiting for them. And so
There's so many of us who need capital. There are so many of us who have got the ideas.
This is an opportunity for the average American business person to use their skills, their heart, and their money to make a difference in the world. And that's what's different about it, and that's what makes it exciting and fun.
absolute loan. It's not a grant. It's not a donation. That's an important part, really, because we feel like long term, there have been so many years that people have come from the outside and poured things in, but then not receive the return that really, to make a long-term impact in anything in life, people have to want to do it themselves, and they have to be willing to pay the price. And so it's a loan, and we've basically customized each loan.
There's another beautiful benefit to doing it as a loan. As they repay it and the money comes back into Work for Life, it can be rolled over into another new business. Mm-hmm. And so that one small upfront set of donations can be used over and over and over again and generate numerous businesses in Africa. And because it's all focused on the children from the African Children's Choir, there's a real sort of social contract that they have to really want to pay it back.
Well, I applied for Work for Life, really. I believe I've received so many things in this life. And if I cannot extend a helping hand, then I think I might as well be a tree or something like that. And I think my life, if I do not add value to my community, to the society around me, to the people around me, it's useless. So one of the reasons why I applied for Work for Life, actually the main reason I applied for Work for Life, is that I wanted an enterprise whereby I could engage my other less fortunate people.
When Work for Life came in, of course our capital base expanded. Then when of course your capital base expands, definitely you have to expand your market. And that goes along with staff. So I employed in like 3 more guys to help me out in our operations.
Mostly it's malaria. We also have typhoid, diarrhea. We are also offering blood pressure checkups. We also do malaria tests and pregnancy tests.
Any children in the African Children's Choir or Music for Life can apply for funding by Work for Life. Then you need to have a proposal that makes sense to the Work for Life team. Then they evaluate the proposal, and actually they come, say like to your site, they look at what you want to do, and they tell you like they would like to see a focus of maybe the revenues, the expenditures. So if it also makes sense and they can see, say, value in that, then they extend to you a credit facility.
Does this business have a chance to be successful? Because we want to make sure that we're diligent with how the money's invested, that we put it in the best potential place. But then besides that, as we look at over time, how many people could be employed by this business? So if there's an opportunity for more people to be employed, then that gets an extra star. We also look at, is this business solving some other social situation there? Is there some other problem that's being addressed by it?
Being the pioneers of this thing, you are like, this thing has to happen the right way. With whatever challenges you face, you must make sure that at the end of the day you benefit not yourself but even the other people who will get the loans from there.
There are so many things to it, like now we do not only like the pottery, we also have like, it's a, let me say, a spin-off. There's manure to it, although it's still part of the same business. We have also got a feather business whereby they make garments and things like that. Yeah, we're also into the food and bullion business by selling, say, some parts of the chickens that are used to make cubes, seasonings and things like that. So there's a potential to really like grow. And I think if, okay, there are challenges, yes, but if you are really serious in this business, well, in whatever business, because it's not only pottery that has got money, so long as it satisfies a human need, then I think the potential is limitless.
We are thinking of having a big company. We are looking at one time in future to pack our foods, both to the local and international market, then employ as more people as we can. One of my great visions and goals is to set up a maize mill where we can process maize flour and other products.
The sustainability of the program is actually on two fronts. So one is just there in Africa to build real economies that are going to raise all the boats in a community. It has to come from business and small businesses, the economic engine in the United States. It can be an economic engine in Africa. So eliminating poverty and raising, you know, the hopes and abilities of people in Africa can come from successful small businesses. But I think the part for me that was a little bit of a surprise was how much it did for me. And so I think Robert, one of his early goals was to connect business people in the U.S. with young entrepreneurs in Africa in the hope that they would, you know, find a way, a vehicle to share their smarts, their experience.
My brother basically, I'd say, stays with my mother and my other smaller brothers and sisters, and basically he from what I pay him, he's able now to take care of them too.
It's not only about the people that you see maybe running the company every day, but it's about the impact that it can have on the society around you. And the ability, for instance, to give somebody a means to reach out to others. For instance, say, once I've used this loan, I pay it back, this money will be used to help another person. But the business that was started with the loan that I had will go on to still help other people.
Well, we are grateful for Work for Life. It's really doing a great job in Africa, and we are sure maybe in 5 years, 10 years to come, we'll have so many businesses. It not only helps us, but it also helps the community, because if we have professionals working, we're able to bring better services to the community. We also create employment to other people, and it really feels good